What's up guys, it's Alicia here and I'm back again with another video on my channel. This video has been the video that has taken the most time and effort of all my videos on my channel so far, although it was really enjoyable to make. It took more of a critical mindset and a bit more thinking than usual, but I hope it's very enjoyable. Now this video is just going to be my thoughts on the DBS manga verse anime and what I prefer about each and what I do not. Now for the video I'm going to be working through what I preferred arc by arc, and then after all the arcs, something that I preferred about each that isn't just about the stories themselves. And after that I'll conclude my thoughts about it. So let's jump into it. So first we'll start off with the Battle of Gods Saga. The anime started off its first episode quite strong and gave a good introduction to the characters. However, there was some filler that felt extremely not important to get to know the characters again, and as well a lot of them being very boring episodes. It is not very good, I think, for them to take so long on some of these filler episodes. As well as this, if they were trying to introduce the characters to new viewers, it isn't really a good idea, as they will have needed to watch Dragon Ball before Dragon Ball Super to get a lot of the story anyway. Also, it wasn't great in my opinion to make an arc about a movie that has already been made. This is where I think the manga does quite a bit better, as it just recaps the movie quickly since it's been a while since the movie came out, choosing just to draw key scenes. Now to the Resurrection of F Saga. The anime again I think takes too much time in redoing this arc, although I think it was a bit better than the manga in this instance, where the manga did almost nothing for the arc but a mention, which I think is too little obviously. You can argue that there was a separate promotional story by Toyotaro, however this is the manga versus the anime and I don't feel like there was enough in the manga. Next is the Universe 6 tournament arc, which is where the manga starts to differ a bit more to the anime. The first quite noticeable one was the different arenas that the tournaments were held in. I preferred the manga's almost Egyptian themed arena, just because it was a bit more creative than the stock standard arena of the animes, and also it felt in theme with Beerus and Champa back then. However, this is just really up to someone's personal taste. Something that I really like from the manga as well is an explanation from Whis why Super Saiyan Blue Vegeta lost to Hit so easily, which was that he was at 1/10 of his full power since he'd been fighting for a while and Goku was going into his fight against Hit at full power. The biggest difference between the manga and the anime was there was no Super Saiyan Blue Kaioken in the manga. Instead, Goku used Super Saiyan God and then Super Saiyan Blue. Now there's some upsides and downsides to the manga's telling of the Hit vs Goku fight. The downside was not going to see Goku use Super Saiyan Blue Kaioken. For me, that was a great addition on the anime's part, as it combined an old fan favourite technique used by Goku and made it relevant again. The form also looked very cool and brought back the payoff of stamina for some extra power. However, some upsides I think that came from the manga's retelling of the fight was that Hit's time skip didn't fully work on people that were equal to his power or above him in strength. This of course was my preference to see it as an upside and is open to your view. Now to the Future Trunks saga. Now I'm just going to say outright that I preferred the manga's telling of the saga. While the anime had an arguably better and more gripping opening than the manga, as well as that this was the saga that the anime really stepped up its animation. However, the manga made so much more sense, and it didn't feel like the writers had no idea how some of the rules of Dragon Ball's world worked. The first major difference between the anime and the manga was that the Goku vs Goku Black fight in the present didn't happen. Now, while the anime's fight was aesthetically great, and the reason for Goku Black coming to the future being a bit weird, the reason that Goku Black followed Future Trunks through a crack in time left by the time machine. It's a bit weird, but I'll forgive it for the awesome fight. However, the fact that Black seemed to randomly be pulled back to the past just in time to save him made this quote-unquote coincidences hard to watch through, really making it obvious they made this up for padding and a chance for Goku to fight Goku Black sooner. Another reason in this saga that manga trumps the anime is for not including excessive filler. However, when we finally get to the future, I feel like the anime's introduction of the human survivors is a lot better and helps establish a bit more what Future Trunks is fighting for. However, I feel like the manga's Vegeta vs Goku Black fight is better. I feel like the inclusion of Super Saiyan Goku Black and Vegeta standing a better chance for a while sat well with me and doesn't undermine the power of Vegeta as much and more hypes up Goku Black. Another thing is that after Future Zamasu arrives and saves Goku Black, the manga does a good job of making use of Zenkais, by Future Zamasu using his Apprentice Supreme Kai abilities to heal Goku Black when he gets injured. However, for me, this is where the anime starts to completely derail. It just has Goku Black get stronger as he fights because of Saiyan biology, employing Zenkais. Although Zenkais need for the Saiyan to be healed first, which is one of the first of many of the anime's writers just being lazy and ignoring the established logic of the Dragon Ball world. Now, something that I really liked in the manga was Beerus and Whis confronting Zamasu by themselves, with Beerus sending Supreme Kai on a mission. Meanwhile, Goku and the others are fighting Goku Black in the future. The manga intertwines this really well, and the reveal of future Zamasu entwined with Supreme Kai finally doing things, although we do miss out on a well-structured and brief Goku vs Zamasu fight that was well made. However, I feel like the manga's version was much more suspenseful and better written. The next thing that differs is the manga only goes to the future twice, whereas the anime goes 3 times. I think personally, in this case, the manga is better, as one of the reasons in the anime they have to return to the past is stupid Super Goku forgets the Senzu beans. Something else that continued the anime's silliness was that future Trunks being able to fight on par with Super Saiyan Rose Goku Black. Again, the manga doesn't do something like this just for the sake of a cool fight scene. Now, something I also didn't like in the anime was Trunks getting another random strength boost while the others go back to the past. Instead, in the manga, he's just happy to help by distracting Zamasu and Goku Black, before he's saved by Gowasu and Supreme Kai. Later, something that I thought made more use of Trunks' character in the manga was, instead of giving him rage boosts out of nowhere, was that he had a healing ability from his time as an apprentice Supreme Kai, which I think all loops together quite well. And also his talk with Vegeta about his mother. I also like the perfected Super Saiyan Blue, as it didn't feel like it was out of nowhere, especially compared to future Trunks' dumb final power-up in the anime. Finally, while I think everyone can agree that the ending of the Future Trunks saga was crap, I think that Toyotaro's handling of it was a lot better, especially with Goku and Vegeta's last stand. However, this again is just really up to your preference. Now overall, I think the other sagas were really up to what you preferred. The Future Trunks saga undoubtedly goes to the manga in terms of better writing. While the anime did have some great moments, they cannot make up for the complete disregard of the established logic of the Dragon Ball universe. The manga dealt with the saga way better in terms of consistency. Now finally we have the Universe Survival Saga. This I'll talk about a lot less, but I think I can say that I actually prefer the anime's version for the most part. Let me explain. I felt that the manga was very rushed. It didn't take the time to give more characters a limelight, such as Vegeta, Kale, Caulifla, Toppo, and many others. Especially towards the end, it felt like Toyotaru was rushing to finish the arc. While the end of the anime's version was probably the best ending to any Dragon Ball saga period. As well as that, the anime's gathering part of the saga was great fun, and gave us a great reintroduction to old fan-favorite characters such as Krillin, Gohan, and Piccolo. The manga felt rushed in this part as well, and I didn't really enjoy not getting to see much of Frieza's and Goku's great interactions. Some things I did like about the manga is that they did include an introduction to Jiren's character in Universe 11 as a hero, and while it doesn't make him suddenly the best Dragon Ball antagonist ever, it does make him something more than a wall of power for Goku to climb over. Now, for me it made sense for the manga not to cover the Broly movie and jump straight into the Moro arc, and right now I'm enjoying the Moro arc very much, especially in the last couple of chapters. Now, outside of just arcs, I think the manga does have some problems with current pages. Also, I know a lot of people are not big fans of Toyotaro's commonly drawn bowed heads. So to conclude this video, while there are many things that the manga did wrong and continues to make mistakes, I think personally it is well written and in the hands of a long-time Dragon Ball fan. It trumps the anime in its lesser use of filler, better continuity, and more throwbacks that all Dragon Ball fans can appreciate. Now, the anime does do a great job when it's at its best. However, I feel it suffers greatly from rushed production and lazy writing that ignores the established logic of the Dragon Ball world. However, at its best, it is truly great, and at its worst, you can still enjoy it if you turn off your brain. Both the Dragon Ball Super manga and anime have their ups and downs, and while I love them both, if you haven't guessed already, I generally like the manga more than the anime. If you disagree with some points I made, or I got something mixed up or wrong, feel free to comment down below and correct me. Also, before we end the video, I'd like to say that while I made some scathing remarks about the writers of Dragon Ball Super, I do not know what's going behind the closed doors of production, and I cannot say if things like toy companies that partner with Dragon Ball Super are pressuring them to make sure that the content is best to sell toys instead of a good show, or that time restraints that I think everyone in the community now knows about regarding Dragon Ball Super have affected them. So I'm just trying to say that I fully understand if it isn't the writers themselves' fault. Okay, that is where we'll end the video for today, and thank you so much for watching. If you liked the video, please like and subscribe. If you didn't like the video, please comment down below why, and I'll try to improve. Until next time. Bye guys!